Hi, I'm Jimmy, and welcome to the Outer World Workshop. Today on the Outer World Workshop, we're going to start our room build, but not directly the room, just elements for the room, or an element for the room. And we're going to start with a 3D print, and it's going to be an Ig88 head. What am I going to do with that Ig88 head? I don't know. And we'll talk more about that in the end of the video. So let's just get started printing and finishing this prop. Now, to smooth out the 3D print, since the 3D print FDM printer leaves layer lines, we want to get rid of those so we can have a fairly smooth prop, right? So there's different techniques. We could just fill it with filler primer or spot putty from Bondo or any kind of filler, automotive filler. But I'm going to try this technique that I haven't tried yet. So we're going to use some ABS-like resin from resin printers so we can smooth it out. It's very important that we take security precautions while using this. We don't want to inhale it or have it touching our skin, so we use gloves and masks and just use it very carefully. And if you want to know more on using this technique, Vanox Props and Vaultfox have very good videos explaining this technique, and I'll put their link down in the description. So we apply thin layers using a foam brush to the prop, and remember to do it also on the small pieces. Since I don't have a UV light, I put it out in the sun and rotate it once in a while until it cures completely. Then after cleaning it with alcohol, we sand everything down, smooth as much as we can, not forgetting all these smaller parts. We glue all these smaller parts and greeblies to the main part of the Ig88 head. These small parts here, what I did was I used a small brush with some activator, and after putting some CA glue on the part, I dipped the brush in the activator, put it where it's going to go, and when I put it together, it cures and dries instantly. And now that it's sanded down, I'm going to use some filler primer that I mentioned before, so we can fill out those little details that are still in the print and just get it closer to what we want. Another thing that I learned from Vanox Props is use some Super 77 glue to give it some texture, and I also threw some grout that I had in the shop. You can use sawdust or anything that gives it texture. We spray it again in black, and then we give it a coat of silver or aluminum paint. I use some watered down Plaid FX paint in black and brown to give it some grime and some dirt, and we put it in those places where we think that dirt and grime will get, and we wash it down with a little bit of water, and we keep layering until we get the desired effect. I also used this orangey brown color to give it like some rust color, and also using water and dabbing it down, I put it in the places where I think rust will be. Yeah, it's messy, but it's fun. So there you have it. This is our Ig88 3D printed head. It's a lot bigger than I thought, but it's pretty cool. It is not perfect, but I'm okay with that. It has some imperfections, and that gives it some character and also kind of a backstory we can make up, right? My dilemma now is, what am I going to do with it? It could be a lamp, it could be hanging, right? It could be a display, also a table lamp. Really not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but maybe that's where you guys come in. Maybe you can give me your ideas and the comments down below, and we might use one of those ideas for this IG88 head. So I want to thank you for being here with me on my first room build video. Not exactly building the room, but we're starting with stuff that is going into the room. So I want to thank you again for being here with me. And if you like this content, give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. And you can subscribe if you want. And also you can share it so other people can also see this content. So anything you would like to see, you can put it down in the comments below. And once again, thank you very much for being here with us. Remember, don't hesitate to create, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna give it a black, and then I'm gonna give it a layer of black, and then I'm gonna give it a layer of gloss white.